Hello everyone, myself Padmaja, Associate Professor, Department of CSE, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today we are going to discuss about Introduction to String Concepts, how to read a set of characters or a group of characters as a string, and then how to do the operations on string. So let us start with string declaration and initialization. Now strings are defined as an array of characters. Now the difference between a character array and a string is that a string is terminated by a null character. Now, what are the different ways of declaring a string first? So, for example, if I want to declare a string, I should follow the syntax. Char is the data type, followed by give a variable name, string variable name, and followed by give the size. And the strings are stored as a character array. So the character arrays will have a size. So we have to mention the size. Size is static. The arrays are static in nature. So we have to provide a static size. Now, for example, suppose I want to store the first name of a person. So character first name of size 5 is equal to some name. Suppose India is the name I want to store. Then how it is stored? So the first way is you can store the group of characters as a string. You can provide the input as a group of character in double quotes you can provide. So it will be stored into the index position like this. So I, N, D, I, A, individual characters will be stored into the array. So, and it is terminated by a null character, then followed by this. Rest part of the array will be there. Now, similarly, if you want to store character by character also, it is possible. So, first way of initialization is take the whole string at a time and give it in double quotes. So, the terminating character or null character will be automatically taken by the compiler. But if you are initializing the array with character by character, then you have to write the null character on your own. For example, same one. Suppose you want to write down the first name, size of the array is 15 and you are writing the input, you are giving the input character by character, then this null character or terminating character, you have to provide it. So this is the difference between a character array and a string. So whenever you treat it as a string, you will take it as a string directly, then the terminating character or null character is inserted automatically by the compiler. Okay. Next is, let us read another string. So string 1 of 6 is hello. Can you see what is the length of this string? If you will observe the length of this string, it is the length of hello string is only 5. But why you have written the size as 6? Because the null character has to be inserted by the compiler. So always whenever you are declaring the size of the string, you have to give one size extra. So this hello requires exactly 5 characters plus null character 1. So totally length is 6 required. Similarly, in the second example, we have not mentioned what is the size requirement of this array. So automatically compiler will compute the size of this string is 5 plus null character. So it is 5 plus 1, totally 6 is required. So compiler automatically compute it. So this facility is also there in C language. If you do not provide the size for storing the string, the size will be automatically computed by the compiler. Next is called, for example, if you want to store the same string character by character, so you have to provide the number of characters, that is 5 plus 1 null character. So the size is 6 again you have to provide, and the null character you have to write on your own. Then the next example is, similarly you have given a string directly without mentioning the size. So size will be automatically, the actual size plus 1 will be computed. So this is the way the string can be declared and initialized. Now let us understand how to read a string. Okay, so for reading a string, the format specifier %s is popularly used. Okay, so to display the string or to read a string, %s is the format specifier that you can commonly use. Now, Let us see this example. So first of all, take one array of size 10 where you want to store your name, and also we are reading the age of the person. So name and age we are reading. So enter your first name and age. So whenever you are entering, the name is string type. So it is the format specifier will be percentile S, and your age is your integer type. So it is percentile D. So we can see here that before the name, the whole string at a time we are reading. So ampersand is not required. Okay. For the age, ampersand is required. Okay. So similarly, after reading the name, we can display the name and age of the person. So percentile S is the format specifier. Using that, we can directly read a string. Now, string reading can also be done using a popular function called getString. So, getString is a function to read a string. And similarly, the equivalent putString is another function to display the string on the display. So, for example, we want to read a string. So, full name of size 25. So, we have declared one character array. So, this is called our character array. Then enter your full name. So, instead of writing the scanf function, we can also use the getString function. So, the getString function do not require any format specifier because this function is dedicated to read a string directly. So, just give the name of the array and the string will be read and stored into that array. Now, after storing into the array, if you want to display it, then write down my name is percentile S, the format specifier you can use, and you can display you just give the name of the array. The content which is there in the name of the array will be displayed on the screen. So you can see here your name you are entering and it will be displayed. Then there is another way to read a string using the scanf function also. Now using the scanf function, character by character also we can read a string. Okay. So in the first example we talked about how to read the string at a time using percentile S specifier. Now we'll discuss about how to read a string character by character. So we will use the format specifier percentile C. Now for this we have declared one character array, and to read character by character, let us use a loop because repeatedly it has to read character by character. So for I is equal to 0, suppose the length of the string is 15. So you can run the loop 15 times. So I less than 15. Then what it has to do? It has to first read the 0th character. So full name of I is nothing but here 0th character, that you are providing the address of that position. So in that position, the first character will be stored. Then I is incremented. Then I is incremented to 1. 1 is less than 15. Yes, true. Then again, when I becomes 1, the second character will be stored into the first position. And this process will be repeated from 0 to 14. That means the 15 character string will be read using the percentile D, percentile C as the format specifier, that is character by character. So after the string is read, then you have to break the string, or you can insert the null character at the end of the string. There is another way to read a string using the fgetS function. So fgetS function will help you to read a string from a file. So how to do that? So you know that there are three basic, your standard input device is treated to be a file. So stdin is the standard input device. stdout is the standard output device. So these standard input and output devices are also treated to be files. So using the fgetS function, we can read a string from the keyboard and you can display it onto the output device also. Let us see how. So first of all, we have to take one character array to read a string and then enter your name. So how to enter your name? The fgetS function takes 3 arguments. Okay. The first argument is the name of the array where you want to store the string, and second is what is the size, that means how many characters you want to store, and from where you want to read. So fgetS takes 3 arguments. So first is the name of the character array, second one is the length, and the third one is from where you want to read. So I want to read from the standard input device, so stdin you can write. So after reading this string, you can display this string on the screen. Now you can see, suppose I am reading this string as Dennis Ritchie. So then I want only the 7 characters. So the first 7 characters will be read and it is displayed. So the output is only tennis. Now we have learned about what are the different ways for reading a string. Now let us talk about what are the different ways for printing or display a string. Now the standard printf function is popularly used for displaying a string on the screen. So the format specifier is %s printf %s and just give the name of the array. So the string will be printed as it is on the screen. Now similarly, instead of using the printf function, if you want to use the putString function, you can also use for displaying the string. See, let us look at this example. For example, we have a character array. Now we are reading a name using the getString function. Just the getString function takes only one argument, that is the name of the array, and it stores the name into that array. And using the putString function, we can just provide the name of the array and the content of the array will be simply displayed onto the screen. So you can see here the input is Ashish Kumar and the output is also same. Ashish Kumar will be the output. So this is the simplest way to use getString and putString function to read and display a string. Like that, you can also use the fputs function if you will treat that your std out is the output file. So you can use fgetS for reading the string and fputs for displaying the string. So let us see. For example, town is the name of the character array, and you enter your town name and it is stored into this array. Okay. Now you can use fputs function and give the name of the array, that is town, and it will be displayed into the standard output device. So your standard output device is the file, it is treated as a file, and the content of the array will be simply displayed into the standard output device. So this is also very simple way to display a string. Thank you so much. In this video, we have learned about how to read a string, and then we have learned about how to display a string using different methods. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.